Hello. So today, as we all know, it's Remembrance Day. So I'm going to do a remembrance video. So in the video, I'm going to show you a PowerPoint. I will also have either a 2 minute silence, which is on here. And I'll also read to start off with a story from the war itself. But just to start off with, um, we remember the people from World War One. So it's like the people who fought in the Yeeps or in the Battle of Somme. Now, millions and thousands of people died. But like, if you have looked recently in the papers, there's also the Tower of London thing, which I would recommend to anyone to go see, because I think if I could, I would go down and see it myself. But I found this story. Now I'm going to read it to you, and I want, like, if you leave a comment down, then you can tell me what you think of the story. But it was from March 24th in France in 1917, and it said, "My dearest Emily, just a few lines to tell you I am still in the land of the living and keeping well. Trusting you are the same, dear. I have just received your letter, dear. It was very pleased to get it. It came rather more punctual this time, for it only looked 5 days. We are not in the same place, dear. In fact, we don't stay in the same place either very long. We are having very nice weather at present, dear, and I hope it continues. Fondest love and kisses from your loving sweetheart, Will." Now, there's also another part to it. It says, 3 days after this letter, Will Martin was killed in action. Emily Tittix continued to write, ignorant of his death. But oddly, she changed to writing in red pen the day after William died. 5 of her letters are returned marked killed in action. So it just tells you the basics of that, no matter, like, they are still feeling like they're still with each other. Now I also found another one, but it's got a part at the top saying EJ, in brackets Ted Poole, was the younger brother of a soldier who was killed in the Third Battle of Ypres in 1917. The young Ted was conscripted in May 1918 and trained in Aldershot, from where the letter below was posted. It is clear he replied to the considered inquiries of his father, who, having already lost one son, wanted Ted to become a good soldier in hope that he would improve his chances of survival. Ted, who was sent to France in August 1918, wrote that he sure was training either to make a man of me or kill me. Scarily, 2 months later, on the 13th of October, he was killed in action. He was only 18. So this is the letter. "Dear Father, just a few lines to answer to your letter which I received today. Yes, I have got used to the puits as they have shaped to my legs now, and I'm getting used to the other things now. I have just been dished out with a rifle and bayonet, and now when I go to on parade I have to go up to wear my belt, bayonet and cartridge pouch, and also take the rifle. They have been teaching us bayonet fighting today, and I can tell you, it makes your arm ache. When you make a point that it is, when you lunge out imaginary enemy with a rifle at arm's length, I think this is hard training. They will either make a man of me or kill me. You ought to see me in the Sharpo helmet and gas mask. It would make you laugh, especially as the helmet wobbles from side to side every time I walk. Yes, I got my food alright, and you can have supper if you like to go for it. And you can bet I always go for supper. I am taking your advice and eating all I can. Yes, I did remember Dolly's birthday, and have sent her a little badge of my regiment, which she asked for, and which I accept you have received by now. You will have to tell Miss Farmer that I think she will have to wait another 2 months before she sees me on leave. I will see the officer about allowance in a day or so, as I have heard today that 2 or 3 boys' mothers are receiving an allowance, but I don't know how much. Well, I think I'll have to close now. I haven't anything more to say, just at present Hoping you're all quite well, from your loving son, Ted. P.S. Love to Dolly and Frank. So as you can see, their letters are like they're talking to them, physically talking to them. So basically, now I will show you. This is a PowerPoint of Remembrance Day. Why do we remember Remembrance Day? The 4th of August 2014 marked the 100th anniversary of the day Britain entered one of the costliest conflicts in history, the First World War, with fighting continuing until the 11th of November 1918, Armistice Day. So here's some photos. So this is what Aberdeen does. So in Aberdeen, as you can see, they do a parade, and the parade includes of Army Cadets, Sea Cadets, and Air Cadets. So as you've seen, there was a short video of last year's Remembrance Day parade. So now we'll do a 2-minute silence. Right, so now we've done our 2-minute silence. I'm just wanting to show you basically what everything's about. So if you've never seen it properly in the video, we have got a photo frame which has got in it a photo of poppies all over the shop and army from now to when we were back then. It says, I wear a little poppy as red can be, to show that I remember those who fought for me. Now if you look closely, if you can see it, it is pretty much basic, but yeah, it reminds us of basically what we're doing. So also, if you didn't know, for an hour, it could be at any time of the day, of today or tomorrow, you can light a candle for 1 hour to remember those who fought for us. And after that hour is finished, you blow it out and basically leave the smoke to go off, which will also commemorate the end of that war, and that's where you remember them basically from start to finish. And we also have been wearing poppies all this week, if mine doesn't fall out, and that's basically poppy to remember those who also, which also grew in the fields that people were battling in after the war. So as you can see, you blow it out and you just leave it to smoke, and the smoke will also remember it. And you don't want to waste any of the stuff, so when you burn it for an hour, if you've got any, like if you've got this tall candle, you just scrape the stuff back and you can keep it again for next year. So basically I'll show you some photos of which I also found.